Okay. Next award, the granddaddy of them all, Kaiser's First Citizen. You guys ready for that?
Yep.
All right. We're doing pretty good on time. I feel like I've done a great job kind of keep. Tom Deeker wants me to take another intermission because his bar went crazy at the last intermission. Sorry, Deke. I got your love though. Thank you, Tom Deeker and Sammy's. You guys have done a great job. We have to thank a few people. Scott at Allied Video, they did all our video and our lighting. And as you can see, when Rob came up, he couldn't see anything because it's so bright up here. Remember how I was telling you about the lights? And in order to look good, you need a lot of lights. They had to turn up the lights when Rob came up here. So sorry about that, Rob. But Allied Video. And then also Jerry Crane. He did our catering and our food tonight. Let's give a round of applause for Jerry Crane. All right. We need to thank the sponsor of the Kaiser First Citizens Award. That's Capital Auto Group. They've just recently moved over to Parkway, Capital Auto Group. They're all about first citizens and being great, and they continue to sponsor this award for us. So the next time you need a car, we don't got them all the way in Kaiser yet, but they're moving closer down, so that's nice, I guess. To present the award for the 2014 Kaiser First Citizen, John Donath, would you please come up to the stage? Let me tell you a little story about John. John's another guy, an old-time guy here in Kaiser. And I remember John, he was an umpire back in the day, and this is when I was 10, 11, 12 years old playing Little League. And as you can see, John's glasses are thick, so he was a terrible umpire. And he calls me out on like 2 or 3 strikes. So finally, I'm 12 years old and I'm a business guy, so I start thinking. I go down and I get him a gift card to Kaiser Vision Center and say, hey, I'm here, go get your eyes checked. And he comes back and Gaynor gave him glasses that were 4 inches thicker and he still didn't know a ball from a strike. He's a great first citizen, but a terrible umpire. John Donath.
Nathan, I've known you since you and my son Jason were chasing butterflies at the Little League field playing t-ball. So I've known him almost all of his life. As I mentioned, Nathan represents the 3rd generation of the Bauer family volunteering to our community. But I do thank God you take your good looks after your mother. Kaiser First Citizen, I've always believed, is the highest honor that a community can bestow upon one of its citizens. And tonight we'd like to start a new tradition. I'd like to have all the former Kaiser First Citizens please come forward, and please just form an honor roll here if you would. Please come on forward. Don't be shy. If I got to do this, you got to be up here with me. Okay, in no particular order. Is everybody up here? Gaynor, come on up. I think tonight, within the next 15 minutes, we will have 12 first citizens in the same room at the same time, which will be really maybe a unique event. Come on, move over a little bit if you would. Okay, when I read your name, just raise your hand. Mike Gaynor, 1992. Jerry McGee, 1998. Or is that 18? No, okay. Hank and Sandy Tartar, 2012. Bob and Pam Zielinski, 2011. Tom Bauer, 1997. Mary Opera, 2002. Roland Herrera, 2009. Clint Holland, 2008. Dave Wallery, 2004. Did I miss anybody? I got one. There's one, our most veteran is the right word, I think, our most veteran first citizen, 25 years ago, 1990, Joanne Belkey. And the new tradition will be our newest member of the first citizen will come through this line, be congratulated, and then once they come through your line, you can all be seated again. Okay, we have 5 outstanding nominees for Kaiser's first citizen. And as Ron mentioned, there is more good people that could receive this award than we've got awards. For all 3 of these awards that we presented tonight, we probably discussed 7, 8 people that could have won the same award and be equally deserving. So Kaiser is blessed by having many great people who have volunteered, and under the motto of our city, pride, spirit, and volunteerism. So our 5 candidates, our 5 nominees in alphabetical order. Mark Keizer, please stand. Mark Keizer is a former city councilman. He worked diligently on the Kaiser Rapids Amphitheater. His newest project is the Big Toy. He is kind of the foreman of the Big Toy, along with Clint. He organizes the annual City Hall cleanup. He's working on capital improvements to our city parks. He's an active member and a board member of Kaiser Rotary. Mark walks the talk, and he provides elbow grease in every capital improvement in Kaiser in the last 10 years. Mark Keizer. The next is Lori Christopher. Lori, please stand. Lori was a member of our Kaiser City Council since 1998. She served 16 and a half years on our City Council. She became Kaiser Council President in 1999, I believe it was. And on January 2nd, 2001, 14 years ago, Lori became the first woman mayor of our city of Kaiser. She's been a strong supporter of local business. In fact, she has this story, something about she always wanted to buy underwear in Kaiser. So she's always been a great supporter of Kaiser business. She's a wonderful advocate for public art and river road improvements. Has an extremely positive attitude towards Kaiser and our citizens. Lori Christopher. This was a good year for nominees ending in C. So our third candidate is Don Konak. Don, please stand. Don is a World War II Navy veteran. He's a member of our greatest generation. We also have a former first citizen not able to be here tonight, John Jenkins, who is a former first citizen who also served in World War II. Don and his wife Blanche have lived in Kaiser for 21 years. He published the McNary Estates newsletter. He was a huge supporter of Make-A-Wish Foundation. He coordinated an annual fundraiser golf tournament, raising over $350,000 for Make-A-Wish. He is still a member of Kaiser Rotary, where he did our newsletter for a number of years. He now resides at Avamere next door and does their monthly newsletter. And Don, we have one thing in common. Don was a long-time professional umpire. So Don Konak. Rich Duncan, please stand, Rich. Rich Duncan is the past president of the Kaiser Chamber of Commerce. Rich is extremely active in our community. He kind of is behind the scenes in a lot of things. He has donated to Oktoberfest, Habitat for Humanity, the Liberty House, Irish Festival, Boys and Girls Club. Rich's finest effort was organizing a huge donation for the extreme makeover for the Oregon School for the Deaf, back when it was tough to get donations. And Rich put that entire project together. He was the general contractor. He begged, borrowed, and stole stuff to get that thing done. Rich Duncan. And our fifth candidate, our nominee, Richard Walsh. Richard, please stand. Richard joined the Kaiser City Council in the year 2000. Between 2005 and 2009, he served as the Keizer Chamber City Council President. He's active in the St. Edward's Parish Administrative Council. He was a very strong leader and mentor in Boy Scouts of America. Richard initiated the task force which helped fund and create the 120-acre Kaiser Rapids Park. He's received regional and national awards for his vision and leadership in the Kaiser Rapids Park. His latest passion is the governmental approval for the Big Toy Project. Richard Walsh. We have an outstanding 2004 Kaiser First Citizen. And as you can tell from this group of men and women here, you don't become First Citizen for 1 year of service. This is really a Lifetime Achievement Award for years and decades of volunteer service to our community. But it's going to be tough to keep this secret very long at all. So I first met our newest First Citizen about 25 years ago in the boardroom of Kaiser Little League. This person had just volunteered to organize our candy fundraiser for that year. That was about 25 years ago. That's about the only thing that about half the people in this room have in common. So, our first citizen joined the Kaiser City Council on August 3rd, 1998, becoming the first councilor to be appointed to a vacated position in a random drawing as a result of a tie vote. Jerry McGee, I'm sure you were there that night. This person was selected to serve as council president in 1999 by her fellow council members. On January 2nd, 2001, she became the first woman mayor of our city and remained our mayor for the next 14 years. During her 16 and a half years on our city council, she attended hundreds, be seated, we're not done yet. She attended hundreds of meetings locally, regionally, and nationally. She always retained a cordial and working relationship with our neighbor city of Salem. She always believed that a vibrant business community is vital to our well-being. During her tenure, 2,000 new jobs were added in Keizer, between Keizer Station, Stats Lake, River Road. That's 2,000 new jobs during one of the worst economies in 40 years. She is a relentless advocate of public art and improvements to our River Road businesses. She always maintained a positive attitude and always had time for citizens calling her and asking for her advice. She graduated from Skyline High School. She received her bachelor's degree in human resources from George Fox University. She then earned her master's degree in public administration from Portland State University. She has worked in human resources for the Oregon legislature for the past 20 years. She has lived in Keizer since 1988, where she has raised her 3 children with her husband Ron. She is the absolute epitome of the motto of our city: pride, spirit, and volunteerism. It is my honor to present the 2014 Kaiser First Citizen to former Mayor Lori Christopher.
Well, I started getting nervous and wrote notes like you all know I do. And so here's my speech. You know, my mom told me when I was a kid that you're judged by the company that you keep. I hope that's true. I hope that these people that are in front of you, that the city council members that I've served with, and that my fellow nominees, I hope I'm judged by those folks, because there's none finer. I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for recognizing me, but you know, I feel guilty because although you see my face in the paper and although you see my name in the paper, I really did very little. And all of the heavy lifting and all of the hard work was accomplished by all of you. And I just got to take credit for it. So thanks. I really appreciate it. And I'm so proud of the things that we've accomplished together. You know, when Lyndon said he wanted to do an exit interview and we sat down in his office to talk, one of the questions he asked was, what would you like named after you? And I hadn't really thought about that. And when posed that question, I thought, you know, I love driving down River Road and seeing the art that we've put on there. I love seeing the meandering sidewalks. I love seeing the thriving businesses. I love seeing Keizer Station, where I can buy socks and underwear. And do on a regular basis. I love knowing that 2,000 people minimum are able to support their families by our efforts. I love that. So I'll tell you what I told Lyndon. I don't need my name on anything because it's all mine and it's all yours. Yeah. And we've done it together. So I'm so proud of that for the last, God, I cannot believe it. You know, I remember, Mary, I remember when you won this award and I thought, oh my gosh, she's but a girl. She's but a girl. And that was 2002. And I really am appreciative that you gave me this award, but I was hoping to have lost 20 pounds. So, dang it, maybe next year when I get to pass it on. I want to thank you, Andre. You've been a wonderful president of the chamber. So involved, so many new and fresh initiatives. I know Christine would say the same thing. It's just really been wonderful. And you look like $1 million tonight. And Christine, I want to thank you for all the years we've worked together. I know that we haven't always got along. Sometimes we fight. But we've always appreciated and respected one another for all of the hard work that we were doing. So I want to thank you, Christine, and all the work that goes into you doing the First Citizen Bank Festival. You know, I watched the first council meeting that I wasn't there. You knew I had to. I didn't watch all of it, but they were really great. All of the city council had read their paperwork. They were well studied. They asked great questions. I was so proud, but more than proud, I was confident. I was confident that these folks are going to be good, and we're going to be able to trust them, and they're going to take care of us. And as an outgoing council member, and I know Councilor McGee and Councilor Gaynor, that means a lot to know that you can step down and other folks are going to be right there to fill your shoes, and they're going to do as good or better job than you were able to do. I felt great. Wonderful choice, Audrey, with Dan Clem. We've adopted him. You know, he's a Salem city councilor, but really his heart's in Kaiser. And it's just a matter of time before his body is. And so he has been a wonderful ad for us, and I just wanted to say my personal thank you for all the help that he's given our chamber and that he's given our city. He's really been an asset to us. Nathan Bauer, Doggone it. Third gen. Usually they're slackers, right? I mean, that's second gen. Well, oh, no. He's really great, isn't he? And doing a wonderful job. I also want to mention Christy Perry, who's here. I don't know where you really, it's true, you can't see. Thank you. Our new Salem Kaiser Salem school superintendent. She is a local gal who is doing great things. I tell you, immediately she met with us, the city council. She met with me as a mayor. She wants to listen to the folks and hear what we have to say. She wants to engage the schools with civics. I can't say enough about Christy Perry. I am pro Perry. She's going to be great for us. Two more and then I'm done. Kathy Clark. I have watched with a critical eye the first month of Kathy Clark as mayor. And let me tell you, she's doing a great job. I love that she's meeting with the local residents once a month, Coffee with Kathy. If you haven't had Coffee with Kathy, you need to like her on Facebook, Mayor Kathy Clark. That'll hook you up and tell you where she's meeting, and then you can sit down and talk to her about anything you want. I think that's a terrific idea. It gives us a forum to talk to her one-on-one. Additionally, I am still on the city's email because being mayor 14 years, you don't know who's going to be sending you mail, and I need to forward it on. Anyway, she has a wonderful communication style with her council, keeps them very well informed, and is very supportive of their efforts, and I really appreciate that, and who would expect anything less from Kathy. Additionally, working with Gator on KYKN, I like that she's doing that. She's so fresh, and she's so engaged. She's going to be a wonderful mayor for us, and we're going to be very, very proud of her. Last and certainly not least, I want to thank my husband Ron for, yes, give him a round of applause. Bless his heart. You know, I like I've said before, I mean, 14 years, you guys, not one time did he ever complain about having to go to a meeting, having to go to an event, having to go to a dinner, having to go to a city. Not one time. He's been a full and 100% supportive helpmate. And all of you that are engaged in public service, you know what that means. It allows you to be the best that you can be and give the best that you have to the city that you've chosen to serve. So I love you, honey. And unlike Joe Egley, baby, you will get lucky. At the going away party, I said the same thing, and he did. Two more things. Big toy, we're going to need all of you. That is a huge community effort. $250,000 to $400,000. We need lots of bodies helping us, and it's going to be way fun. And who knew? Richard Walsh happens to live right out there by the big toy. We'll be camping in his backyard. Did I ask you yet, Rich? And so that'll be way fun. And we're going to take 1 week as a community to build a regional playground for all of our children within the whole region, but mostly for our Kaiser kids. That's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to want to be a part of that. So you need to see Mark Callier or Richard Walsh or me, and let's get you hooked up on a work crew. You only have to give 4 hours. This is going to be easy stuff, but it's going to be fun stuff. June this year. Okay, last but not least, I'm involved in arts, and you know that I am. We have a fabulous arts plan to roll some really fun things out for our community and try to support our creative community. Our next big project is going to be another mural, and it's going to be a community tapestry. And all of you will get to be artists. You will have the opportunity, we will have a professional artist design the mural, and then we're going to sell squares. I believe they're 18-inch squares, and you can choose to buy one. All of that money will go to fund our next project, and then you will live in infamy, well, maybe not infamy, but you will live for posterity of having been a part of the Keizer tapestry mural. The following year, we're going to work on the totems, and the totems are in front of the community center. There's 2 trees that were old growth trees that we are dying, so we had to cut them down, so we saved them. One is 20 feet, one is 25 feet. One will be a native totem and one will be a community totem. We'll have professional carvers carve them, and then they'll be there in the front of our community center where we all meet so frequently for a long, long time as part of our community's fabric. The following year, well, I think I'm getting those mixed up. I think that's 17. 16 is engaging McNary students. And we're going to take all of the utility boxes that are on River Road. We're going to allow McNary students to adopt those. We will hand them a paint box. They will be assigned a mentor, and their original designs will be on those utility boxes, which will draw interest and hopefully increase economic development on River Road. How much fun will that be, you guys? I know it! This is the stuff I'm going to be working on. And then the 5th year, we're going to have our own art fair. And we're going to do it locally. We're going to do it in conjunction with Linden's River Fair. We're going to have local artists, and we're going to have affordable art so that all of you will be able to have a piece of original artwork in your own homes. So, thank you in advance for all of the support you'll give these programs, and to each and every one of you, whom I've worked with, almost every one of you in this room. I heart you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Lori, on the award, and congratulations, Ron. You got some good news too, huh, buddy? All right. Good night at the Christopher House. Joe Egley, that's how you give a speech. Boom, right there. It's all right. You'll learn. Okay, that's it.